Hello, it's Rob from Fountain Pen Journey, with a review of the Jinhao 159. So, as you can see, quite a few of these pens. We'll talk about the reason for that shortly. Jinhao 159 is a really inexpensive fountain pen from China, from Jinhao, and these are really great pens. They're quite unusual. We'll talk about the actual pen shortly, but as you can see, available in quite a wide range of different colours and finishes. I'll talk about these pens to begin with. This pen to begin with, I have this as an everyday carry at work. I use this. It's a nice orange lacquered finish, silver chrome clip, cap band, things like that. And I use this with an orange ink, Diamine Sunset. And it's really great, really great for highlighting and doing sort of note taking that I really want to stand out in the orange ink. So I've been using this pen pretty much exclusively for that at work for a very long time. Very reliable, no hard starts, writes well. So let's just talk about the parts of the pen for now. It's an all metal pen. It is based quite heavily on the very expensive Montblanc 149, which it resembles a great deal. These pens you can buy for about £1.30, as cheaply as that, from China, including post and packing, and you get this lovely metal pen. Now, unscrew the cap, and you have quite a short section, very comfortable to hold. It's quite girthy, so if you've got small hands, you may find that this section and the pen itself is just a little bit too large. Fits nicely in the hand, good length, good size, very heavy weight. They come with medium nibs, almost exclusively steel medium nibs. And just to let you know, I know a lot of people who do use these pens and love them, as I do, say they're really great, but I bought 3 of these pens. I bought this one, the black one, and the yellow one, all from the same seller, same sort of source. And one of the nibs wrote absolutely perfectly straight out of the box, out of the packaging. The other one was scratchy and skippy and awful. And the third nib in one of these pens did not write at all. So I had to do some nib tuning. I had to get some brass shim, take apart the pen, do a little bit of brass shimming on the nib, clean them up, also did some tine alignment, nib smoothing, and now all 3 pens write absolutely perfectly. So really pleased with the results, but they did need a little bit of work. So if you're in the market for a really cheap, big, very big, heavy metal pen, the Jinhao 159 is an excellent choice in my view. So it's already a thumbs up from me. But be aware that the quality control may or may not be absolutely spot on, so you might have to do some nib tuning. So if you do get a pen, don't fret, don't panic that doesn't write. You know, you can do something about it. There are simple techniques to fix the nibs. So why have I got so many of these different colours and finishes? Well, I bought these 3 pens, the black, the orange, the yellow, but recently, for those of you who subscribe to my channel, I did a glittery DIY fountain pen project. If you're interested, then have a look through my videos. It was done a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago in fact, and it's titled Glittery Benuish Fountain Pen DIY Project Part 2 of this pen. So I got a whole batch of these Jinhao 159s from Amazon, really inexpensive, based in the UK, turned up next day delivery, and I wanted to... Benu is a fountain pen manufacturer in Russia, and they do very glittery pens, not quite as glittery as this, but I wanted to use some nail varnish and basically experiment with nail varnish on these Jinhao 159s because they're really cheap. Thought it would work really well, and it did. I'm really happy with this with the result I got putting the nail varnish on. So I've got a very blue and gold glittery pen that, yeah, it looks great. Two-tone nib. So very happy with that little DIY project that I did recently. So that's why I have all these other pens. As it happens, I do quite like these, I don't know, brass or bronze, copper finishes. You'll notice that these Jinhao pens come with different coloured clips. So I mean, you've got silver sort of clips and cap bands and things, gold as well. So I mean, these two, trying to do this over the camera, these two copper or bronze coloured pens are available with either the gold finish or the silver finish to the clips and cap bands and things. So fair bit of choice there. So let's talk about the pen. I'll use the orange one for now. Slide these out of the way. Now, I don't always talk about the weight of pens in my videos. I find that putting dimensions up, it's something I started doing, but in general I don't bother doing it now, mainly because I need to know if a pen fits well in the hand or not. And you can put dimensions up, and it's 13.56 centimeters and all these sort of things. But at the end of the day, it's figures, it's statistics. It doesn't mean anything in the real world to me. I mean, most people can't tell the difference between 12 grams and 15 grams in the hand. But I am going to talk about the weight of these pens because they are heavy, they are big pens. So this is a Lamy All-Star. So capped, you can see it's quite a bit longer, this Jinhao 159. Uncapped, unscrews. Let's see if we can get these things to sit side by side nicely. So about the same length uncapped. So Lamy All-Star, all metal pen. Jinhao 159, all metal pen. Let's do a little bit of a weight comparison. Right, turn the scales on. Jinhao 159 first. 50 grams capped. I'm just going to stay. There we go. 30.3 grams uncapped. So quite heavy. In contrast, the Lamy All-Star, 22.3 grams capped. Uncapped, 12.8 grams. So there is quite a big difference between these two metal pens. I do like the weight of this Jinhao 159. It is quite a heavy pen, and it feels very substantial. These are robust pens. I mean, these things are solid, really good. Unscrew cap. One and a half turns. Good length, fits nicely in the hand. It is quite wide. I mean, you compare the width of these two pens and yeah, there is a difference. Section is quite a girthy section. If you've got big hands, these are pretty good pens. As you can see, the length isn't huge. It's not poking out too much at this end, but it's a good size, good weight in the hand. Really nice. Posting, yes, it's doable. Obviously you're adding that 20-gram cap to the weight of the pen, but it's well balanced. It's really, really well balanced. It's not a pen that I post, mainly because I don't normally post my pens, but it's doable, it's comfortable, and if you want the full weight of the pen, then yeah, this is definitely the thing to do. It just pushes on. It posts quite deeply, but be aware that the cap may start chipping away at the lacquered finish on this pen. So let's do a writing sample with this orange pen. And they always seem to come with medium nibs. Yep, good writers, nice and smooth. I mean, you're not going to get a lot of line variation out of this steel nib, but it's wet, nice and wet. Look at that. The ink is, as I've already said, Diamine Sunset. I'm not entirely sure about the naming of this ink, because I have seen in America this an orange ink called Diamine Sunset Orange, but I'm here in the UK and the bottle of ink that I have is just called Diamine Sunset. So there's no Sunset Orange. I don't know whether there are two different inks or region-specific inks, something like that. But it's a lovely, lovely ink. These nibs do lay down quite a lot of ink. There are never any flow issues with the nib and feed, and they work really, really well. So really pleased with the writing experience, but obviously some of these are very cheap, mass-produced pens, so you do run the risk of them not writing quite as well out of the box first time. You might have to do some nib work. So I'm going to use the my Benu-ish glittery pen as well. Now this nib in this pen, I have done absolutely zero nib work to it. I haven't touched it, looked at it, done anything. It writes brilliantly. So, you know, you do run the risk of any fountain pen really having a slightly dodgy nib. But as far as I'm concerned, these are very, very good quality pens. You can see this is laying down a decent amount of ink, no flow issues, writing away. And this ink is a Jinhao ink. This is a Jinhao blue cartridge. So, excuse me, really, really nice pens. I mean, the clips on these pens are the sword-shaped Jinhao clips, and they're all right. They're functional, not very springy, but you know they work. So, Jinhao 159, popular pen. I wouldn't say it's going to be comparable to a Montblanc 149. But if you're in the market for a big heavy pen that looks like a 149, then certainly give these pens a shot. Definitely a thumbs up from me. They are nice pens, as you can tell. I mean, I've got several of these and I use them all the time. Very substantial pens, obviously. Heaviest pen in my fountain pen collection so far and they're very robust. I mean, they are pretty much indestructible. This isn't a pen which is going to be in your back pocket and snap in half. This is solid, very solid pen. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you found it useful, and I shall see you next time. Bye.